How you doing? This is Ivan from Bitesize Wisdom for Busy People, and I'm back to share another idea to help you live more consciously. Today our topic is on conscience and how this is seen from a higher esoteric point of view and how we can awaken real conscience, because many systems of esoteric knowledge say that everybody possesses real conscience, but as we grow up and we develop a personality, it is covered over and it is replaced by a relative conscience, and this is created through our upbringing, through our cultural norms, through our society that we live in. So relative conscience is just that it changes from society to society, from culture to culture. What may be moral in one culture will be immoral in another culture. So what esoteric knowledge says is that if we can awaken and get in touch with our real conscience, then this is something that is the same in every person. And if we could awaken it, then we would all understand each other, because it speaks in the same language to everybody. It's not relative. It's not conditioned. So this is what we need to do. We need to awaken our real conscience in order that we may one day all be on the same page and understand each other. So now I want to talk a little bit about consciousness and conscience and a little distinction between that. So consciousness deals with our intellectual center. So consciousness is knowing altogether. The more conscious that you become, the more you'll be able to know and see the big picture, see the whole picture, and be able to make all the connections between all the various parts that make up reality. And conscience is feeling all together. So in feeling all together, you will be able to understand your fellow man, your fellow brother and sister. So as I mentioned, most of us have acquired personality, have acquired conscience. So the thing that we have to know about personality is that it is not one, it is many. Although people will take themselves to just have one personality, it is always changing. It is multiple. So depending on our external circumstances or the state that we're in, we will have a distinct voice, a personality that is speaking, acting, and doing on our behalf. And because it is not one, it is multiple, we often have many contradictions within us. We are very fragmented. So the goal of becoming more conscious, more aware, is to become whole again, to become one within ourselves, to have a real permanent I, so that we can have real willpower, so that we can really be our own master. So if we have all these various I's speaking through us and we have all these contradictions, what happens in time is that these various personalities become very cunning, and they're able to create all these different blind spots within us so that we don't see all these contradictions. And the reason is simple, is just to make our lives easier, because if we could be aware and conscious of all our inner contradictions, it would be too painful to bear for us. So we create these blind spots, these psychological blind spots, in order for us to not see our contradictions, feel our contradictions. But as I said, real conscience is feeling all together. So as we start to really shine the light of consciousness within us, and we really start to see who and what we are, and we start to integrate all the various aspects of our inner space, and as we start to feel all together, then we will be able to hold these contradictions side by side. So in seeing these contradictory sides within us, we'll slowly start to melt and dissolve that blind spot. And that's how we start to heal ourselves. So in order to really see all these contradictory sides, we need to learn to practice genuine, sincere self-observation. I'm always talking about that on my channel because it is one of our key tools for self-knowledge. So I suggest, if you're new to my channel, to check out a video I'm called How to Not Be a Smartphone Zombie. In that video, I show you how to use your attention in a special way in which you're able to observe your external and internal world simultaneously. And doing so, you'll be able to objectively observe all inner phenomena, and this will help you to really know yourself at a deep level, and you'll be able to clearly see how you work, and you'll start to see all these contradictions clearly. And as you do that, then you'll start to let your real conscience shine through. You'll start to be able to feel all together. You'll start to be able to feel the wholeness of real conscience. And that's where we want to head to. So another video that may be helpful too, that you should check out, is the 3 levels of attention. That will give you some more insight in how to use your attention and the various qualities of attention that we possess and that we can make use of. So you can find those on my video playlist that I have. It's the Essential Self-Development playlist, so check that out. And I'll also put those links in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you found it insightful and that it maybe gives you something to contemplate, as far as that maybe you never considered conscience in this way, and how there's relative conscience and our real, true, higher conscience that can speak to everybody in the same language. And by awakening this, we will be able to understand one another, which we need to do right now, right? Because there's so much drama going on around the world because we don't understand each other, and everybody's fighting for what they believe is moral. But since it's relative, we will never see eye to eye. Alright guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well, and until next time, take care, much love, peace.